Y'all, welcome to another episode of the XO Tries and Podcast. Today I have my guest is in person. Y'all know generally we do virtual, but he said he was coming into town, and I was just like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to do something different that I don't normally do. So, first of all, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are.
Yeah. So my name is Dominique Isaac, born and raised in Gainesville, Florida. I am a personal trainer, but not just any personal trainer. I'm more of a plus size fitness trainer. That's my target audience.
Boop boop boop.
So that's what's important to me because the fitness industry do not have that many people that look like me. So I try to represent a different side to show that we're out here not trying to be skinny or try to we're just trying to be healthier and make sure that our external and our internal shells are on point because we see our grandparents passing away, our parents dropping soon, and COVID is going around. So that's the biggest thing. Keep your immune system strong and just be healthy inside. That's the biggest thing.
Now, I will personally say, kind of like I was telling him earlier before we started, I went to a gym today, and I was like, let me see what the inside of a gym look like, because I believe I've been to the gym. I don't mind going to the gym,
right?
But I believe there's something I'm still trying to tackle with my own personal self going to the gym. It's still a thing for me.
Right.
I know what it is, or I just don't know how to get. There's a hurdle that I'm not quite getting over yet. So
right.
I was wondering, how do you help your clients? Because you have clients.
Yeah.
How do you help them get over their
fear?
Yeah.
So I try to tell them, because people try to jump in the gym because that's the end thing to do. I want to lose weight. Someone jump in the gym, and then you get to the gym, you know how to operate the system, the machines.
Nope, not at all.
The large crowd's going to throw you off because you don't know the time the gym's going to be open. You thinking anytime you go it's going to be empty because you have in your mind it's going to be not that busy. But if you go to the gym early in the morning, like 8 o'clock, that 12 o'clock hour, that after 5 o'clock rush, you're screwed. So it's best to know your limits. But I try to tell them, no, what's your why to why you're working out? Don't try to just jump into, I want to look good for a season, look good for a mate. It's really like a dedication. Like you really got to get up on some days where you don't feel like doing nothing. So like for me, I tell them my schedule. I go from 5 in the morning.
It's that dedication for me. I know.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle said it, but I ain't got it.
Yeah, that's what,
especially not in general, but for the gym, it just ain't there.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I would love to go to the gym.
And enjoy it.
Yeah. I think part
not
of what
as like a task
or torture, because to me, I see gym as torturous. And then on top of that, in my mind, I'm gonna pay a trainer to torture me.
Right.
So,
especially trainers that don't know how to work out plus size bodies. That's where
I never considered that. So there's a difference in educate us.
Correct. So I worked at Crunch Fitness for a short period of time, and so you really see who can really work out, either my size person or somebody that's skinnier, and you see how they try to take it lightly on the bigger person. They're enabling them to be like, oh, they can't do a simple squat or crunch. So that's it.
So they give you the modified versions,
and it's mostly the watered down. You're not getting,
and that's not good.
No.
Okay.
Especially if you're trying to, you want to see what your limits are. If you're training with me, I'm going to push you to see what I can do, what I can't do. Can I modify or can I intensify? So learning that, especially for my own personal stuff, I know it's something I can do, something I can't do. And I try to document that to show that it's okay to, you can't do a pull-up. I'm still learning how to do a pull-up, trying to carry out this weight, but it's just showing people, to get over that fear of being judged or, oh, I'm not good enough. Like, you are good enough. Like, you can do it.
Yes. I don't know. I'm glad you said that. I think thinking about it, I don't know if you guys struggle with this, but I know for me, especially being a guy, one thing I think about is like I don't want to look like a fucking fool.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to look weak. I know for a fact that's what's going through my mind.
Yes.
And I know if I pull and try to do what I think you do it this way, and I pull up and I stop pulling, I'm gonna feel defeated.
That's why I got the assisted pull up bar, the machines. But it's ways around it, man. Like it's more ways. One way to skin a cat. So you just have to modify what you want to work on. I want to work on my arms today, on my chest. Find workouts that you want to try. Look up Modified on YouTube or TikTok. They'll give it to you.
TikTok will teach you anything
Everything.
you want.
That's the new Google, the new YouTube. If you got a short attention span.
Well, no, they got 10-minute videos now.
They do.
So
some videos are worth watching for 10 minutes, and some are just like, all right, I'm finna scroll.
Oh, all right, ain't worth it. Okay, I mean, I've been learning a lot from TikTok.
Same.
Actually, I saw the TikTok commercial, and I learned that the travel pillow, I was doing it wrong the whole time. The part that you buckle is not supposed to go in the front; it's supposed to go in the back.
So you can
actually lay your head down.
It's not
Nope. See, I was just like,
you know that.
TikTok. Wow. I actually learned. I learned a lot of things from TikTok.
TikTok is the new Google for real. Like I said, if you have a short attention span, YouTube, they're gonna break it down for you, but it's gonna be like a long.
Yes, sometimes it can get really long-winded. I agree.
So TikTok is the new YouTube. Like you gotta, how to do this? Oh, okay, 2 minutes. Bad.
Matter of fact, you're on TikTok. Plug yourself so the people can find you.
So on TikTok, I am at Coach_Dom DH. That's on all platforms, on Instagram and Twitter. So
Okay.
Dom the Trainer on Twitter. Dom.
I was gonna say, I think you have another name on Twitter.
Dom DA.
Wait, I feel like we need to give the people a disclaimer though.
Twitter, yeah.
On Twitter, you are not the same.
No, I'm not. That's where I can really be myself.
He's not the same person. I'm telling y'all now.
I have to be professional on Instagram, TikTok as well, but you can be a little bit, teeter-totter on TikTok.
On Twitter, it hangs out.
That's where you hang out. Because it's unfiltered, but you got to be careful what you say still because you're a business and a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be mindful what you say. So I try to push the envelope, but keep it genuine.
Keep it genuine. Yeah, I mean, I see that's where you really explore your interest. Actually, it was your tweet that made me listen to Drake's album. Nope. It wasn't yours for Drake.
Mm-hmm.
It was yours that made me listen to. God, why can't I think of his name? Full of heat seekers. What is his name?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't need Givenchy. I need Jesus.
Yeah.
First Class.
Oh, Jack
Harlow. Yeah, it was you that made me listen to it because you was just like,
he cold.
It was like it wasn't that bad, and I was like,
he cold.
I don't know about that.
That guy.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a second listen.
Yeah.
Dom said, listen, I'm gonna listen. I was just like, I ended up liking Poison too.
Yeah, because with Twitter, you can really be yourself because people get so like with Jack Harlow album releasing, when Drake album release, and I'm sure they're gonna try to they're gonna try to just pick Beyonce's album, but with social media now they try to just say, oh, this album's trash. It ain't been out for like 2 minutes. It's like with Drake album,
you didn't even let time to let it sit in.
Let it sit.
Drake album didn't take no time for me. Like the minute I heard it, I was just like,
if you know house music,
I'm ready to go. Like so one thing I really wish I was old enough, but just for this one moment in time, I wish I was old enough to go to Studio 54 and live the life like Madonna and Michael Jackson and. Yeah, I really wish I could live because that music reminds me of that time. Yes.
The house music. So people that say they know music, they're so dense. They thinking trap, R&B, and hip hop.
That's it. There's so many other genres of music, especially that we created that somehow became a lost genre on us, like house, like rock and roll, like country,
blues, all that.
like blues,
all that.
Like shit like that. So y'all follow him on Twitter if you want the uncensored version of him, and if you want to learn more about the censored version of him, follow him on TikTok.
Instagram.
I mean, Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But so first, I want to know, how did you get into training to begin with? Because I don't think that's a job that someone wakes up and was like,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be a trainer today.
Yeah. So long story short, so I went through a life event that took advantage of my drop your card. Took advantage of my mental. It took me out for a minute.
Okay.
And so I had to find something to keep me active. When I came back home, I saw my cousin. He had his gym open. I said, "Cuz, can I please come work out with you?" So he opened up the gym to me, and I was going there every day, either at 5 in the morning.
Oh wow!
5 in the evening, or
talk about that dedication.
Yeah, it started early.
Whew.
So
anybody that you know what it is. I'm gonna start waking up at 5 in the morning because I noticed something. The people that wake up at 5 in the morning, it's not really about the accomplishment for me, because I could wake up at 5 a.m. and do nothing.
Correct.
I think the sole idea of waking up at 5 a.m. is an accomplishment in itself.
Right.
Because
especially when you get up to go do something.
Shit, I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
At 5 o'clock, that's when you turn around, like, see how much time you got left to the alarm go on. But yeah, so it started off with that, and he kept seeing the consistency. Like, hey, I'm about to open up a gym soon. I need you to be, come and support. So I went out there support as his new gym, consistent with that. And then he said, hey, I want you to be my strength coach. I'm like, never did that before. I played sports, but never did like actual coaching
of
anything.
But you knew what to do, though.
I knew what to do. Correct. So went through that. With that whole trial, he said, all right, now I'm finna teach you how to do a class. Gave me keys to his building. Come back at 5 in the evening, run this class for me. I'm gonna go to the store. He'll leave me for a purpose, like 2 hours, and I have to run the store with myself. So
so it was one of those things you learned by being thrown into the water, basically.
Yeah. It was scary.
That's a very scary way to learn.
Especially when somebody give you their building. And you have
that's
to train,
their business.
You have to train people. You have to be careful with people because people aren't as athletic or as mobile. So you have to be mindful of that. Once I learned the ability how to get that going, that's when everything went start flowing. All right, now get certified in your being a trainer. Went through that whole order.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, so like many professions, there's certifications for them.
Correct.
Where does one go? Like, I always wondered, where do people go to get certified for?
So you can get certified anywhere, but if you want like the real deal certification, you got to go pay some money, like ISAA.
I've heard of that one before.
Yeah,
okay.
NASM, NASM, those heavy hitters, because you're gonna get like a bang for your buck, but at the same time, you're gonna learn how to really know what you're doing. And so once I got into that, and I learned how to really become a personal trainer and how to conduct a class, how to teach somebody one-on-one, how to spew out information if somebody asks for something, because you're gonna be like, if you say, Dom, I want to learn how to lose my gut, or how can I get stronger? Let's look at YouTube. But you know what I'm saying? So you got to really learn that, especially.
Give me 24 hours. I'll get back to you on that.
Exactly. And so you have to really put yourself through the ring. Like, okay, if I'm going to be a trainer, I got to know what it be, and I know how to feel like to push myself to the limit, because I got to push.
So you push yourself to the limits when you work out
to see what I can try on other people.
Where I'm gonna call it Daredevil. Where does this come from?
It's crazy. I don't know. Like I said,
it's probably not a Daredevil, but like, where
I'm a risk taker.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to take risks. I like to build on myself, especially being a business owner. You really got to take risks. You have to, you're an entrepreneur. You have to be willing to take a risk at any given moment. So but
that's a different kind of risk you take it though.
Yeah.
Like you're physically taking a risk. Yeah. Right. That's a different risk. I'm willing to risk a lot for my business, but how do you get to the place where you say like I might sprain my ankle today, or I might drop a weight on my chest. Like, how do you like?
You try your best to avoid it. So I think that because
that's the shit.
Yeah,
that's running through my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you can't think negative.
Oh, okay.
You
All
can't.
right. All right.
Because anything you think of is going to happen.
All right. Fair
so
enough.
So if you in the gym,
I agree.
You push yourself. Well, you feel like I'm finna pass out.
I won't sprain my ankle the first time at the gym, y'all.
Right.
There you go.
You know, but you have to know your limits.
Okay.
You have to know. Okay, I can't. If I push myself, I'm gonna feel like I'm finna pass out. Let me sit down. It's been moments when I had caught COVID when it first came out. I had to relearn, had to educate myself on how to work back out because I was so dizzy. Like I had a mind fog. They said with COVID.
Oh, so you had the mind fog? Okay.
Yeah. So the comeback was crazy. So that's a long story. Like keep going fast forward, but yeah, got certified, had my own business, and then met some dope people on the way. Because then during the lockdown, we had to learn how to do virtual. And I just got certified prior to the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what am I doing now? You can't meet nobody. So a good friend of mine was like, hey, you should go virtual. I'm like, okay. Like virtual.
That would have been my thought.
He was like, yeah, on YouTube. I mean, go on Zoom and do your do Zoom or FaceTime, and you'll learn how to So I'm like, how do I get that out there? How do I put myself out there like that?
Right. Where are these people coming from that's going to show up to the Zoom class,
that's
right?
When I had to get my social media presence heavy. Posting myself working.
So you weren't a social media person prior to.
No, it was more so just for entertainment, like looking at stuff.
See,
and
that's
being like,
that's me too, and I highly regret the method that I took on social. I highly regret. My best friend was the person that was on Instagram. Yep. We created our Instagrams together.
Yep.
But she was on Instagram, and she was the person that was posting what I have for breakfast, what I have for lunch, where I'm walking to today. Yeah. Yes. Yep. And I didn't realize how prominent they become in the later years. And I always thought social media was dumb, and it wasn't for me.
People still think that.
So I was exit out of. I mean, to this day, I still don't have a Snapchat. Like some things I just it took me. I got a TikTok this year actually.
Yeah.
And I've known about TikTok since its very inception. I don't know. I'm one of those people where like I'm a natural. I don't want to say worrier, but like I'm a natural like. Yes. That's me. So immediately I'm like, who's running the social media networking? Yeah. What are they doing with my information? Yeah. Why do they want it? It's interesting to hear you say that you decided that social media was going to be the way that you promote yourself, because we're like full on in a panini at that time.
Still in one.
But like at that time we was like we don't know what was happening. Correct. We know we were in a pandemic. We don't know what was happening. We don't know anything about this thing. Yeah. We just know people getting sick, they dying. We don't know nothing else. So
I was scared.
You picked yourself up and was like, I'm gonna promote myself on social media. So tell me about like what was your strategy?
I had to be a social person. It's funny how you go, because you can't be standoffish. You can't get on.
Are you normally standoffish?
Back then I was, but like you have to learn to step outside that box and talk to people. But yeah, I had to talk to people, tweet at people, engage with people on social media, on Instagram, Twitter. That's why I got most of my following up, because you had to engage and talk to people because people want to talk to you.
Twitter is listen, people don't understand how fertile the ground of Twitter is. If you plant the right seed and water it, Twitter will take you places Instagram just won't allow you to.
Yep.
Because they're trying so hard to be everything. See, that's Tyler Perry taught us about that lesson a long time ago. Yeah. See, Instagram is the person that got 10 plants and trying to give it a little bit of water, while Twitter says I got one plant and I'm gonna give this all the water this plant needs. So that's why that plant is growing, because news breaks on Twitter as much as people do or don't like it
quickly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how most of the memes that's on Instagram and Facebook come from Twitter.
They come from Twitter.
Yep. So yeah, I had to learn how to be more engaged with people, talking to people, and then sometimes you gotta be a little controversial, but not to the point where you disrespect yourself.
So what kind of controversies you be stirring up over there?
So it was a picture of me on the beach with my shirt off, And one of my friends had said, I like my being like this, as one of the captions on the meme. And that's when I had something like, hey, that's me.
That's you?
And then that started fluctuating, getting a lot of followers. People saying, ooh, that's a big man. Big man look like that. Big man look like this. Cause they assume that we're...
it amazes me. It amazes me that in the 20 of the 2, that people still don't understand, like, the pure, sheer, like,
the excellence
that we bring to the table, man.
Yes.
Listen, y'all playing out here in these streets.
Yeah.
If I take my shirt off tonight, I'm gonna get 1,000 likes. Tonight, I'm telling you that.
If I post at the right time, no questions asked. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that's all y'all come to my page for.
Yeah.
Because, like, I be trying to, like, promote, like, big men doing yoga and big men doing fitness.
It's worse when you do fitness because the women see you sweating. They're like, oh, that's a big nigga. He can really... I like to see a big man sweat. And that's how people seeing a big man active. Yeah.
You know what? I have a game that I normally play. It's a podcast game. Mm-hmm. However, today I think I'm going to switch that game up a little bit. Okay. Because you just gave me an idea. But continue your thought.
Perfect. But yeah, you'd be surprised like the kind of engagement you get when people notice that you're confident within yourself, especially in your body. Because they see a big man walking around with his shirt off, or a big man talking that talk, or just being assured of himself. People gravitate toward it like, oh, you got a lot, kind of not no swag, but like, oh, you got a little confidence behind you. What brings you to that? So that when people get to know you and know who you are as an individual, they're like, oh, I see why. That's why I fuck with you.
Right.
But you have to be careful not to give too much of yourself on social media because you don't want too many people in your life like that. You don't want too many people.
That's fair. I mean, you're a fitness influencer. All you need to give them is fitness. All the other areas of your life, that's none of your business.
Well, yeah, because some people are so wide open with their love life, their everyday life. I'm like, nah, you can't.
I mean, I feel like that's some people's brand too. Like some people's brand is to be all of themselves, and it works for some people. Yes. And so, but for you decided to stick with the fitness lane. Yes. So, I want to know now. So, you're doing fitness. Yep. It's a pandemic. What happens when you get your first client?
Ooh, you're nervous. You're very nervous because you're like, okay, I finally got one. Because you're branding yourself, you're marketing yourself. It's like, oh,
I finally got me one.
I finally got one. Now what? So you have to ask questions ask my cousin, my mentor, how do I conduct the workout? How do I make sure that they're safe? They tell me stretch them out, give them simple workouts, simple body weight workouts. You don't want to hide the body on the weights, and then lift this, and they tear something, they rip something. Yep. That's on you. Whew. So
I imagine the insurance policies.
Exactly. You have to be real careful with people like that. You have in the fitness industry, any industry, but fitness, when you taking care of somebody's mental body, their body, their physical, and their whole health. Because you can say, "Hey, eat this," and they eat it, and they allergic to it, and they get sick from it. And that's what Dominique said.
And then when they hit you with that Dominique said, you know what's coming next.
Yeah, lawsuit.
And we don't want that round knees parts.
No, sir. So, yeah, the biggest thing is just being consistent. That's what I tell myself, be consistent. And I had to just keep pressing myself, okay, keep posting, keep sharing my videos, keep interacting with people, talking to people. And people gonna flirt with you. That's just what it is. Social media. See a big guy working out. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the support. Keep it moving.
Keep moving.
You don't engage in that. You know what I'm saying? But it's some things you can't get caught up.
But I'm single, so I want to engage.
See, you gotta be careful. You Trust, I'm telling you. You have to be careful as a business owner, and you're good looking, and you're single. You have to be real careful.
No.
Trust me, you got to be real careful. I see so many people fall out, lose their businesses behind trying to chase tail behind their business. You gotta be real.
Now I know you from Florida. Now you talking about Chase the Tail.
Yeah. Florida shit for real.
Yep, that's some Florida shit.
You can't chase tail because you're trying to chase tail with your having a business.
I agree.
And he be like, oh yeah, I know Dominic. I ain't working out with Dominic. Gotta be careful. So yeah, that was how pretty much it went, and then you just have to learn how to. Okay, I got a first client, and then you keep them coming. Because the goal is to get your person how they want them to be, make them feel comfortable with themselves where they can do their own workouts. You don't want to keep them forever, unless you want to have that loyal client. Because some people want to just come to you just to work out with you, just to, I'm supportive of you. There's some people that just come in for like a good 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and they go. You can't get upset. You can't be like, oh, well, I lost my client.
I mean, don't we want at least 3 to 6 months out of them?
You'd be surprised. People, it's time for the workout. And then,
oh, you mean because they naturally fall off, not because they're like, I got the ropes now.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, because I feel like it takes longer than that.
Longer.
Okay. All right.
But some folks think they can pick it up and put it back down. You can't do that with fitness.
It's not a toy.
You can't do that. So I had a lot of people do that.
That explains a lot, because that's for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know, like I said, it's one of the things I'm working through, but it's definitely like, for me, it's like, that's why I never picked it up. Because I want to be one of the, like, everything I do in life, I try to give it my all. And if I feel like I can't or I won't give it my all, I usually won't even attempt to do it. Correct. Which is probably not that good, but that's my motto.
Correct.
So that's why I've never picked up fitness. I mean, although I did go to the gym 6 times last year, but I don't know if that counts. But okay, that's another story.
No. So people, you have to learn how to keep people. They want to work out for you long term. You just have to learn how to be respectful to their space, knowing what their needs are, and meet those needs as a trainer. And once they get to where they're at, well, okay, thank you. I'm gonna keep coming to that need to keep me. It keeps me focused, and now it turns to like a partnership, or you building that rapport with somebody, build like a long term friendship with people. So most of my clients are mostly family members.
Okay.
They became like family, like real close friends or real close.
I was gonna say, wait, we were gonna talk about that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, like most of my clients, they became like family. So random people, random strangers, they just when I talk to them, hey, how you doing? Or they not with my services no more. Hey, Coach John, you gotta keep it. That's it. That's how you want to have it. So when people see you, oh, I know Don. He's a good trainer. Go talk to him. Or yeah, he was I like him as my trainer. I recommend you go try him too. You gotta be real mindful. You gotta be respectful. You gotta conduct yourself as a businessman. You can't be out here, playing around. You can't be out here like acting a fool on social media because people see that it's a digital fingerprint now. Real
it
careful.
Follows you forever.
Because
even if you delete it, someone screenshot it.
It's gonna take it, and you're gonna be SOL. That's the biggest thing.
Literally. Okay. So now, how do you? Now I noticed you started this new journey called Burly Boy Advice.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
What motivated that segment for you?
It came out of nowhere, honestly. I like watching Rick Ross Instagram stories.
You do. You post those stories.
Yeah. Because it's the backstory.
It's very funny, but motivational.
The backstory of Rick Ross is like the way I saw. You didn't see too many big guys coming up in the industry as far as entertainment. You see Biggie, Heavy D.
It's every once in a while, but it's not like
a occasional
thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So then you saw Big Pun and Fat Joe, but then when Ross came on the scene, I'm like, oh, that's a nigga from Florida, big nigga from Florida,
mm-hmm.
with style, pizzazz, carry himself. He seemed like he confident within himself. So following him, despite his wrongdoings, his controversy, but his messages that he speak, like I got his book. He talking some real life stuff in that book. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh wait, educate us. Ross has a book.
Mm-hmm. Ways to Boss Up. Good book.
What?
No, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. That's what it's called.
The Perfect Day to Boss Up.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. What did you take from the book?
More so, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, consistency. And that's
It's
why
all
I use
about consistency.
that's why I use the Burly Boy advice. Be consistent with that and showing and speaking on the importance of health and fitness as a plus size man, or just giving you real life game, like being consistent. Like I keep saying, stay focused. You know, don't let others like dictate you, or why you doing this working out. Why you working out? You look big. People gonna always come at you because you're a plus size gentleman or woman, and they see working out. Oh, you trying to get skinny? It's like, no, I just want to be healthy because the doctors say I got to, and I don't want to be on pills in my 30s. Simple stuff.
Just that little shit.
Yeah, just
that's
that little
it.
shit. I'm not,
I ain't worried about y'all.
I'm not trying to look good for the internet because
I look good already, and I take my clothes off for the internet now.
Yeah, the goals will look good to my liking. I'm not trying to look good for because I don't know you. And there was plenty of times when I worked out, people were like, I like you when you're bigger. I'm like,
you know it's funny you say that?
yeah. I like when you're bigger now.
So funny. Can I ask you, why do people... why do you think people say that? Because that's a comment that I get frequently.
I like when you're bigger. They pretty much trying to put you in that mindset like, I like when you were shallow. I like when you like confidence. Flex bomb, yeah.
Because I didn't even look at it like that. Because I really always
used to be on your ass. They used to you seeing upset, depressed.
So they like you when you was down.
Yeah, that's the perfect way of saying, "Damn, you showing up. Slow down."
Watch.
Yeah.
See, so it's really a backhanded compliment.
Yeah. Anything I tell people when they say they comment on the video, I like your confidence. Don't say that. Don't do that whole I like your confidence. I love your confidence.
Well, see that one I've come to feel differently about because I understand what the person is saying about themselves is that they have never seen someone with my look, my size, with this much confidence. So to them, it's a little bit of a wow factor for them to see somebody like that. Right. So I didn't take it personal. I took it as you're telling me like what your life has been like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess on the other side, what can
I look at it that way too because some people will come.
See, I can be positive sometimes.
I like that. I appreciate that. Yeah. But the thing about it is that you have to. I guess you gotta take comments with a grain of salt now, because people are gonna come with you the most outlandish, wildest, backhanded comments. I like to see you working out, but you need to do cardio more. I'm like, cardio more? What's that gonna do?
I don't understand.
Or you get in the gym. Look at my content. I'm in the gym.
That is so funny. So I posted a video. One of the people that I know, Jovan, and he was making a post about like big guys like this summer, like when you get in the pool or the beach, take your shirt off. And the amount of comments that I got from people that were saying one of two things: oh, he's fat, he unhealthy, he need to get in the gym. And I was just like, a part of me wanted to respond, but I knew that Jovan would tell me that I shouldn't, so I didn't. But I really wanted to respond because, like, if y'all go to that man's page, that man work out 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So, like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Yeah.
Number two, I did respond to one, and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know confidence was only reserved for people that wear size 32 and under. I didn't know that.
You'd be surprised. People... Keyboard warriors will say any other thing.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah. They will tell you.
Where you came up with that shit from?
Top of the head.
Okay.
And social media on Twitter.
All right.
But the biggest thing is like a lot of people will say a whole lot of shit to get you riled up. So I had to learn to like. You have to be.
So you're saying
mindful.
this is an intentional play to like get you to some place.
Yep.
Shit, why ain't think of that?
People see you shining. People paying attention. People see when you first started. People paying attention.
And
they're not liking and sharing your stuff because they hating. They're not saying it. They're not gonna comment. They're not gonna say anything. They're gonna like it, and they're gonna unlike it.
Maybe that's the part of me that's a little delusional, because I never think of myself as having no haters. I feel like for the most part on the internet,
they hate themselves.
Oh, all right. Well, shit.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll go with that one.
We're gonna go with that one.
Because people gonna say anything regardless. Like they see you working, you take phenomenal pictures. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could do that. Or how long you doing that? You should be here now by doing this. I'm like, yeah. What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Very good question. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yes. What are you doing?
You gotta ask them what you doing. Like, well, how you gonna question me and what I got going on when you ain't got a pot to piss in? So
Or a window to
a
throw it out of.
So it's one of those things where you have to trust in yourself. This whole journey, fitness, life in general, trusting yourself. And that's why I try to preach on the Burly Boy Advice, the Burly public announcements on TikTok. Where
are you doing those every day, or is it every other day? I feel like there's a flow to it, but maybe I don't understand it. I felt like it was every day, but maybe it's not, because I feel like you work out every day.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I thought I was right.
Yeah,
like I was like, I feel like you go to the gym every day.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to flood the market. Like as far as like, I mean, you can, but you want to be. You gotta make sure that it's genuine every time you drop a video. You don't want to just be like, "Hey, guy, here go."
But if you're in the gym every day, it's genuine. That's your life.
True. But there's just some people that, social media trainers or like fitness influencers, they try to do too much. And I don't want to be that guy with like.
You don't want to do too much?
Do too much, but I want you to see that I'm on your timeline. Like if I post a video, post a tweet, post whatever, like you're going to see me on your For You page. I make certain of that when I post on TikTok. So it's one of them things, man, where you just have to be consistent and just trust in yourself. So I love what I do. And
okay.
I look forward to expanding the brand. It's going to be.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Actually, now so hold that thought about expanding.
Yeah.
So at this point of the podcast, I generally like to play a game.
Yeah.
And the game is generally a game I pick from my podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna do that, but I'm gonna do something a little more than that. Hold on. Podcast. Now, my first question I can ask you, because it's from what you said earlier. You said people will send you the randomest, craziest things.
Yes.
Tell us about the craziest, wildest DM you've got.
It's more so comments on.
Oh, you get more crazy comments.
I get more crazy comments. I don't get people. The DMs I get love show on the DMs. People ask questions or send motivational or like send like little gratitude. Like thank you for doing what you're doing. Excuse me, that type of deal. But I know on TikTok, I posted a TikTok of me like with my shirt off saying you're a casual fitness influencer that promotes eating beans and rice and that kind of stuff.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and so that got people talking like, how you a trainer? You a big boy? How you a plus size trainer? Blah 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 blah. So it's one of those things where I was like, okay. So somebody had said, somebody told me, you're gonna die by the age of 40. Just put it out there. Like, look how fat you were. I'm like, damn, that's hurtful.
All right. So that's some wild shit.
Wild shit.
Okay, all right. I didn't think you were going to go to death.
Yeah, people,
Okay, all right. Cool.
Because you get
damn, the internet really hates themselves.
Yeah.
That's a lot of projection.
How to take those comments, but like, man, all right, cool.
All right, well, my question's a lot more lighter than that.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
So, what entrepreneur tricks have you discovered to keep you focused and productive in your day-to-day schedule?
So, I like to look at different podcasts, like the Earn Your Leisure podcast.
Oh, you love Earn Your Leisure?
Yeah.
I'm at this point I'm overindulging because I watch Earn Your Leisure. I listen to Earn Your Leisure, by the way, which is a different podcast. The one on Revolt and the one on the podcast, two different shows. Then I watch Earn with Ash Cash. I earn Rants and Mortgages with Kiana and MJ, the mortgage guy. So at this point, I'm taking everything they got.
I'm a Earn Your Leisure, 85 South Show.
I've never listened to the 85 South Show. That's one podcast.
Gotta get into it. The coldest podcast. It's dope.
Okay.
Gotta check it out.
I check it out. I just got into R&B Money with Tank and Jay Valentine.
I like that.
I really listen. You know what I love
like
about that podcast? I feel
It's
like
genuine. They show love for real.
I feel like because those are actually Tank's friends, I feel like they be way more open than they've ever been. Cause the stories that Jamie Foxx and Hitmaker told, I was just like, huh?
Yeah, what Hitmaker told, that was crazy.
Listen,
I have to watch it again to get this in.
I was just like, wait,
yeah,
you learn how to do drugs from who?
Yeah.
I was like, so they was just handing out 15-year-olds drugs? It was just like,
yeah.
That podcast is that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the next of becoming like, yeah.
That podcast is good. That's on the Black Effect Network, which I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, so I watch those kind of podcasts to get like that mindset, like mostly seeing black people empowering in different fields. So like, I see myself in the fitness industry, but also in the plus size influencer role. So I try to see how to conduct myself, how to move, how to strategize, and how to see how to conduct myself as a businessman, because I'm a brand now. I can't just
you a businessman,
not a businessman. Yeah. So it's one of those things where I have to be respectful to others and learn how to be approachable. People ask for questions, ask for advice, and it's the biggest thing. Like I said, it keeps me motivated. It keeps my my wheels turning.
Do people say to you, because you said being approachable twice?
Yeah.
Do people tell you you're unapproachable? Is that like a thing, or you just feel it on the inside?
I feel on the inside.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
When I meet people in person, they be like, "Oh, I didn't know how to approach you." I'm just like, nigga, me?
Yeah, because people see me in public. I speak. How you doing?
I speak a lot.
I recently went to the Effect Fitness and I met two of my Instagram followers.
You went to what?
Effect Fitness.
Oh, of course you did. That gym is very popular. I feel like that gym is. When I saw you tag there, I was just like, "Oh, you're gonna see everybody in there.
Yeah.
Everybody go there."
Yeah.
I want to know they've mastered something.
They got it.
Yeah.
They got it.
They mastered something, because there isn't anybody that's like into fitness that's from Atlanta or live in Atlanta that don't go to that gym.
Yes, yep. Dope.
I passed it the other day.
Yeah. Full of people
on my way to McDonald's.
Yeah. Parking lot stay swole.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was.
Cause at 5 in the morning, it was swole.
It was packed.
5 in the morning, classroom swole.
Yep. How do you do that? I mean, it's Atlanta. But
Atlanta.
Still, how do you do that at 5 a.m.?
Ooh, and they got 5:30, 6:30, 8:30. It goes on all day. They probably still doing right now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they be packed. And so they got it.
That's going to be you.
That's in Jesus' name. That's what I'm praying for. So I want to, push the importance of health, fitness, but also I'm taking a step into that influencer role and being a social media manager and helping other businesses, get their platforms on point and get in.
Also, that's where we talk about the elevation, because you said about growth. Yes. So now you're at this level, of influence where I found you. I'm pretty sure that's, a lot of people are finding you there. So what's next for, what do you call your fitness business?
Dominate and Hustle.
Okay. What's next for Dominique and Hustle?
Dominate.
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 Got it. Like I'm dominating the industry. Okay.
Yes. So, like I said,
good play on words. Yeah. Now that I actually gave that 15-second thought. Good play on words.
Yeah, my name and then, yeah. But, there's a lot of things in motion. Like, I recently became a social media manager, so I'm certified in that. And what that position is, you help, like, brands like yourself. You want to have more posts on your social media pages, but you don't have time to do it. You hire me to do it, and I get your content, your engagements, or making sure your analytics are still up. That type of thing is important, so people want to see that. So that's number one. And I also want to get into like coaching people on how to get their engagement on social media and how to, especially if you're a plus size. You
want to be a social media coach.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. That's what's next for Dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I want to know is...
Oh, and apparel too.
When you said that immediately, I don't know why a Nicki Minaj line came into my head, and it says apparel and dominating every avenue, because you were talking about dominate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good verse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love Nicki.
Oh.
Love Nicki.
Oh. They don't understand the bars.
Yeah. The young killer know who Nicki Minaj is.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a line.
Nicki.
There's a line that, oh, that's another one. But there's a line where she says, I put the V in vent, I put the heat in vent. I look back and decipher what they really meant. Like, that line to me is my line for life. It's like, not only like when people tell you who they are, believe them, but like see beyond intent.
Yes.
Because people will tell you they want to do something, but what do they really mean?
Yep.
Just like what you said, I never would have thought of it that way, that when people say I liked them better when you were fat, what they're really saying is I liked it when you didn't have any confidence.
Yeah.
I liked it when you didn't love yourself,
yeah.
like on the outside. I liked it when you were like meek and mild.
Shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hated yourself.
I never thought of it that day. That's intent. That's what they really meant.
They don't want to say, yeah, you look terrible. It pains them to say you look good. It pains them to say, I see what you're doing. Because they know you back then when you was on your ass. So now they see you moving. That's the thing about it. As I say, be consistent. People see you. Like I get all the time. I go in the gym. You always in the gym. Like,
yes.
good.
That means I'm doing my job.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Or,
You
look good. What you be doing?
You know, it's funny. People say that to me all the time. They be like, "Oh my god, every time I see you outside, yep, that means I'm doing my job.
Yeah,
I'm networking.
You want to be relatable. You want to be like, oh yeah, Dominic really be out here for real. Or yeah.
Everywhere you be, I want to be.
Correct.
Cause I want you to see me everywhere.
Correct.
Cause I learned it takes 27 times for someone to see your brand before they pull the trigger.
Yep.
And that is so true for me because I'll meet someone like. Perfect example. I met you today. It might take you a whole 2 years before you invest in my business in some type of way. Either buy a t-shirt, buy a sticker, book a photography gig, rent my Airbnb, rent my studio. It might take you a year before you do that because you got to see me 27 times.
Yeah.
So because of that, if you say everywhere you go, you see me, that means I'm doing my job.
Correct.
Yep.
So I like, and even when we did that interview together with the Tribesman of the Week, like that's how you build a network, build connections. People always can hit you up and say, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Can I feature you in this, or can I interview you with this? Can I do a podcast with you?" You be like, you put it to the side, and really you don't know that person can get you in the place. They might get you right then and there
because connections are being built, and it takes time.
They gotta see if you're really genuine for real. Because some people are like, yeah, let's do the podcast, let's do the interview, and then you don't share their stuff, or you don't hit them up like, hey, I see what you got going. Like how we keep in contact, like, hey, I see what you got going on. Because
he posted about Publix the other day, and my fat ass ran right
yeah.
That's my favorite stuff. Listen, y'all got a different name for it in Florida because we call it the Falcon sub, but I think y'all call it. Do y'all? Okay, when I lived in Miami, the chicken tender sub with the bacon on the top.
Oh.
But when I lived in Miami, they called it the Miami Dolphin sub.
So I'm pretty sure the orange and blue is something different. The orange and blue sub where it's like chicken tenders on blue,
cordon bleu,
or cordon bleu.
Yeah.
So that could be it, but we don't really eat it like that. We get our tenders tossed in. No. Yeah.
My shit.
Love chicken, yeah. Shout out Publix.
Publix, y'all want to come give a nigga a sponsorship? Cause when you posted that, I said,
gotta go. Yeah, gotta go. You have to. Whenever they on sale, no matter what you got going on, you gotta go and get your Publix.
Them things is normally $9, and I'm not paying regular price for them. So,
especially you wanna get bacon and stuff added there, you gotta pay. But yeah, shout out Publix. But yeah.
But I want to know, like, what I want to know in closing is what is one thing that if you... First of all, before I ask this question, how long you been on this journey?
This is building this year 2.
2, okay. So I'm pretty sure you've learned some gems, picked up some things.
Yes.
Might have... I don't know if you have regrets, but sometimes you do. But what is something you learned now that you wish you knew then that would have taken you farther than where you are now?
Don't take things personal.
Oh shit! Don't tell me that push.
Yeah, don't. Pretty much, don't take things personal and don't rush the process.
See, both my issues.
Patience.
I want to rush everything. I ain't gonna lie to
you. Learning about the word patience, because sometimes I move off emotions, and I get so caught up in like, oh yeah, we got this, and if it don't work out, oh, okay, whatever. So like now I learn how like, no, it's not okay. Let's fix this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or okay, they got that one. Let's be patient for the next one. But still still be consistent in working. Don't ever stop. Just because that door closed, don't be like, okay, I'm done. You gotta like, all right, fuck it. Shit. Okay.
I heard a quote from J-Lo, and I think this came from her Netflix film.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, you don't have to be the best to win. You just have to keep going.
Correct.
And I think that's the story for that. Like,
yeah.
Because so many times it's happened to me along this journey where I see another creator winning.
Ugh, comparisons are good.
You know, it's not even so much comparison.
That imposter syndrome too.
It's just like, okay, God. Like, okay, from now, although I'm new on this, you know, big and tall, like building a plus size brand, no pun intended, empire. Okay. I've been at this entrepreneurship journey for 11 and a half, 12 years now. Like, I've been an entrepreneur straight out of high school. Actually, if you want to take it all the way back, I've been an entrepreneur since the second grade.
Yeah.
I only really got a job because in high school, I didn't know what to sell like I did in middle and elementary school.
Yeah.
Because elementary school, I was paying bills selling candy. I was paying light bill, water bill, phone bill, cable, selling 25-cent fun size Snicker bars. Mm-hmm. Like, so I've always been an entrepreneur, but like, I'm gonna say like the most adult version of entrepreneurship for me happened like straight out of high school. And so it's not really so much comparison, it's just more of me wondering like, okay, God, when is it my time to win?
Yeah. Patience.
I ain't got that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've learned.
I got no goddamn patience.
And it sucks because you look at social media and be like, damn, he on this shit. Like, damn, how he moving so? What he doing? But
because he put in 20 years and I only put in 18. It's not my time yet.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
because you don't see what you don't see. I think the example, it's a meme where it has like a rock and it shows you like the little piece of the rock hanging out the top. Yep, but the rock goes all the way down to the ocean floor, but you don't know that because all you can see is what's on the top, and you're like, you only been doing this for 2 years. How you winning? Because I've been at it for 20. You just saw me in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. You don't know who I've been connecting with, who I've been doing business with, who was putting me on, who was mentioning my names in rooms. You don't know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about comparison that I really want to like. Don't compare yourself to other people. Even if you're looking at me or you're looking at Dom, like, don't look at us and say, oh, this is where they are, why I'm not there. Correct. It's not your time. Because it's still in my time. Because where I'm at is not where I want to be. Listen, I'm trying to... Yeah. I don't even think Tabitha Brown has reached the ceiling, but I'm trying to be on Tabitha Brown level. Yeah. Listen, I want a book, I want a cookbook, I want a seasoning, I want a restaurant, I want a fashion line, I want it all.
Yeah.
So like this is, we still on the ground if you ask me. Yeah. And the way my mentor tells me to look at it is look at your business like a child.
Yep.
My business is 6. My child just went to the first grade. Why am I expecting success in the first grade when the average millionaire isn't the average millionaire is 67 years old? If my business is only 6 years old,
that's how comparison on social media. You look at these young kids getting rich, like, how the fuck? He's like, no, you know what they did to get that.
I have no idea. I don't know what they did. I don't know who they talked to. I don't know who they sold their soul for.
Yeah.
I don't know who they had to sleep with. I don't know nothing about their journey, what they had to do to get where they got.
When you focus on everybody else's journey, you put yourself on the back burner. So that's why I say, be mindful. Run your own race. Don't get caught up in trying to, see what he got going on. See what? Okay. He looking. If you pay attention to what they got going on, you gonna miss out on your own blessing.
Facts.
So
you gonna crash looking over the left lane.
Exactly. Stay in your lane. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the left. Just stay focused. When it's
stay
your
focused.
time.
Don't talk about what you're gonna do. Don't stream about it. Do it.
Yeah, and
be
please
about it.
Stop telling your moves on social media. That's what I learned to stop being so vocal about your moves to strangers. If people ask you like how we having a conversation off camera, yeah, we can shoot the dice. But as far as like, hey guys, I'm gonna open up. Only talk about it when it's done. If you're talking about it during the process, you're gonna get so caught up in trying to have a time limit. I gotta get this done because they're looking at me. No.
Because you've set the expectation for the world for this to be out
be
at a specific time. Yes.
Look, just work.
Okay, that's really good advice. I really hope that people listening to this podcast take away from your journey how hard you've been working, how diligent, because I know, believe it or not, a lot of people gave up in the pandemic. I don't want to say gave up. They
put aside.
Yeah, put aside or changed trajectories because they discovered maybe what they were doing wasn't what they really wanted to do. So they discovered themselves. So in this journey, you've discovered you want to be a fitness instructor and you want to be a fitness coach and you want to help people get to where you got to by using the tool of social media.
Correct.
And that's a very noble task to take on in the panorama.
Yeah.
So I know that we had talked about your socials in the middle, but go ahead and plug it again, just in case they weren't listening or they just came in.
Yeah, on Twitter it is Dom D-A Trainer, Dom the Trainer. On Twitter, on Twitter. My mind that on Twitter and TikTok it is Coach_Dom DH. Instagram Coach_Dom DH. On all platforms, yeah. Think about titties.
Clearly.